So, welcome back to LightWaveGuru. And I have really a problem. What is it? What is it here? Why is that floor reflect my light emitting dragon stuff in red color? I understand this not. I'm too old for that shit. Nah, was a joke. What you see is a combination from a real object. Here emit light, that's the dragon himself. And at the same time, the dragon is also a primitive light. The new primitive light option from LightWave 2018. And that's really funny. You can create crazy things. For example, if some fashion designer from France has the idea, hey, please make it possible that the reflection from that dragon, from that white gradient, from that light, emitting light, must be red, please do it. Then is my answer, okay, I do it. Okay, we go now in the scene and I talk a little bit about what is that primitive light. For all LightWave users, you have never worked before with a physical based renderer. That primitive light is nothing more than an option to use geometry and the surfaces from a geometry as a light source, so as a light emitting thing. And for that you have to load the light type primitive, and then if you here put in your object, in that case you see it here is it's a dragon for LightWave 2018, you have the chance to use that light as and this we call it parent, that parented dragon as light source. So, and why is it now here in that area? Why have the dragon another look and another color and another light emitting? The reason is that I have here that dragon at the same time used as a real object. That's a simple trick. And if I make it off, you see now only the primitive light. And the primitive light here, the option that you see, that light emitting from his surface or polygons, call it in the way you want, is that I have here edit the nodes. And if you edit here the nodes, you can say, for example, for the luminaire color here, I need as input a gradient, and for that input I take here the option incidence, and you can see it. If you now change, for example, the incidence to Y, you see it here, what you can do in that case. And if you change here the range, you can change the range from the light, and what area comes out from that dragon. So in my case, it comes out from the incidence, and so I can now define the outline from the dragon and what in what areas he emits the light. Okay. So, and the general light color you can change here with the light color. For example, if I change here the light color to blue, we make it in blue. That's the trick in that case. So open the edit nodes and play with the input for the light shader. It's very funny. It's the same principle in the end. I used an Octane for many years, and I must say, it's in function and really cool. I love it. It's nice. So you can use also slope, then you become things like that. So also crazy, or the Z coordinate, and okay, Z is step. We take X, for example, and make it here down, and you see. So in my tip now for the LightWave developer is give me that function as animated function here. I see it is. I say nothing. Okay. It is. Okay, cool. We have it. So, and if I now combine that with the original file from not the dope editor. Let us take the classic editor. It's open. Where is it? Where is it? Here. And I combine it with the original, with that original dragon here. Then I can do the following. I go in the dragon, the surface from the dragon himself here, yeah. And then I can also edit the nodes, and I have here also a gradient, for example, yeah, and the fall off. Can do it also without that gradient and without that fall off, and go directly in. Make no big difference. And you can here also play with the dragon himself. You see it, yes? And in that way you can combine what I show here. Yeah, that's really cool. That's bring much fun. And you can so in the end combine your primitive light with your original dragon flavor. Yeah, for example, if I make it here 100, I make it here 1000. Then you send here more light out, and you see better here the original color from the dragon himself. So here in the moment the color blue, we can change it to red, for example. Yeah, then the ground color or the basic color from the dragon is red, and the luminosity here is that white color, and that's you can also change here over that. Yeah, show it. And if you use the same principle for your primitive light and for the original object, then you can create things like that. Yeah, you can load it one more time. It's in function without a crash, and render it in VPR, and then you become things like that. Yeah. In the end, if we talk about that primitive lights, for me, is it a little bit, I see it in the discussions in the LightWiki forum, a little bit the problem that the name is primitive light. Better, I think it's better to call it mesh light or call it polygon light or so. And the reason is, in the end, if you work with a PBR, all the light comes out from the polygons from the mesh himself over his surface. Yeah, and that's also the reason that we have here the option for sample surface. Yeah, or that you can here influence light shader over the nodes, yeah, or with the nodes. So yeah. So that means you have here two different ways to do in the end the same with some little other options. Yeah, for example, here's the light fall off. If you make it off, you can say, okay, the light fall off now. I create here with a gradient. Yeah, and you see it. So you can do crazy things. So I'm impressed. So I at time I have to do two jobs in the same time. And it means I have no time for big testing LightWave 2018 in the moment. But if I start LightWave and I take my knowledge I have with Octane renderer and translate it to the LightWave PBR, and I see I can do all what I can do in Octane here also in the same way, then is it for me, the reason that I have understand what a PBR is, and the reason is a PBR is a PBR is a PBR. So the name of that physical based renderer play for me no more longer a role. A PBR is a PBR, and I can do the PBR all what that PBR brings me in functions. Yes, and that is a little. A bit better with LightWave 2018 as with Octane in the moment, if I see all that options here. They play only a half hour or so now with that. Yeah, that means if I have time to check out all the possibilities and options in combination, yeah, about that theme here, primitive lights and use objects and combine that, yeah, that would be very funny. I mean, for example, if you need the the reflection in red and the dragon outline with that light emitting gradient in white, you can do it. So you must not do it in comp, yeah, in composition. You have it now directly. That's really cool. So enough talking. I hope the one or another understand what I say. I think yes, or everybody who works with a PBR can understand what I say. And the other LightWave users who work before with the LightWave native renderer, a PBR is really, really different to another kind of renderer. So check out all that really crazy cool functions in LightWave 2018 and have fun. Bye bye.